Heart failure doesn't mean the heart suddenly stops. It means something much more dangerous. Your heart is still beating, but it's no longer keeping up. And when that happens, the entire body begins to change. Blood flow slows, pressure builds, fluid starts to move into places it shouldn't be. At first, the body tries to compensate. It works harder, faster. But over time, those same compensations begin to cause damage. Organs receive less oxygen. Fluid builds in the lungs. The heart itself begins to stretch and weaken. And eventually, the system can no longer keep up. Heart failure is not just a heart problem, it's a whole body condition, and understanding what's happening inside is what explains every symptom that follows. In a healthy body, the heart works as a coordinated pump. The right side receives blood from the body and sends it to the lungs to pick up oxygen. The left side receives that oxygen-rich blood and pumps it out to the rest of the body. Each contraction pushes blood forward with force and precision. The chambers fill, they contract, and the cycle repeats continuously. This keeps oxygen and nutrients moving to every organ, every tissue, every cell. The system is balanced. Flow moves forward. Pressure is controlled, and the body functions without strain. But when the heart begins to weaken or becomes stiff, this balance starts to break down. In some cases, the heart muscle becomes weak. It cannot contract with enough force to push blood forward effectively. This is known as systolic heart failure. The ventricle squeezes, but less blood leaves with each beat. That means less oxygen reaches the body, and more blood remains inside the heart. Over time, this leftover volume begins to build. The heart stretches to accommodate it. The walls may become thinner, and with each beat, efficiency declines further. The body senses the drop in output and immediately begins trying to compensate, but those compensations come at a cost. In other cases, the heart does not weaken. It stiffens. The muscle becomes less flexible. It cannot relax properly between beats. This is known as diastolic heart failure. The chambers cannot fill fully, so even if contraction is normal, there is less blood to pump forward. Pressure builds inside the heart, and that pressure begins to move backward into the vessels behind it. Different mechanism, same result. Reduced forward flow, increased backward pressure, and the beginning of fluid buildup. When blood cannot move forward efficiently, it begins to back up. In left-sided heart failure, this backup affects the lungs. Pressure increases in the pulmonary vessels. Fluid begins to leak out into lung tissue. This interferes with oxygen exchange. That's why breathing becomes difficult. At first, it may happen only with activity. Later, even lying flat can feel uncomfortable. In right-sided heart failure, the backup affects the body. Fluid collects in the legs, the ankles, the abdomen. This is known as edema, and it is a direct result of increased pressure in the venous system. The body does not ignore this problem. It responds immediately. Hormones are released to increase heart rate, to tighten blood vessels, and to retain fluid. At first, this helps maintain blood pressure. But over time, it makes everything worse. More fluid means more volume. More volume means more pressure. More pressure means more strain on the heart. The heart begins to enlarge. This is called remodeling. And while it may temporarily help, it reduces efficiency long-term. As circulation becomes less efficient, other organs begin to suffer. The kidneys receive less blood flow. They respond by holding on to even more fluid, which increases pressure even further. The brain may receive less oxygen, leading to confusion, fatigue, difficulty concentrating. Muscles receive less oxygen, causing weakness, reduced endurance. Every system becomes affected. Because every system depends on circulation, heart failure is not isolated. It is systemic. Over time, symptoms become more noticeable. Shortness of breath, swelling, fatigue, rapid weight gain from fluid retention. But these symptoms are not random. They are direct reflections of what is happening internally. Fluid in the lungs causes breathlessness. Fluid in the body causes swelling. Reduced oxygen delivery causes fatigue. The body is signaling that something is wrong. Treatment focuses on reducing strain and improving flow. Medications may help remove excess fluid, reduce pressure, and improve how the heart pumps. Lifestyle changes also play a role. Reducing sodium intake, monitoring fluid levels, tracking weight. In more advanced cases, devices or procedures may be needed, but the goal is always the same: restore balance, reduce pressure, improve circulation. Heart failure develops over time, but its effects can escalate quickly. Understanding what's happening inside the body explains why symptoms occur and why early management matters. This content is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. If you have symptoms such as shortness of breath, swelling, or chest discomfort, consult a qualified healthcare provider. Do not ignore symptoms, and do not delay care. Brought to you by MedCurrent.